All right, everybody. We're back at Joe's Speed and Restoration. My garage is pretty nice too, but I like it over here. We're having a few beers. It's Friday, and the reason for this video is right there. Clutch cable broke right at the, whatever you call that, little knock or whatever it is that gets pinched on there. This was, I think the cable's stock, but the perch was aftermarket. The kid did dump this bike. You can see the grip is a little rough. And I looked it up. This is an aftermarket. I bought a new lever, the OEM lever, and it's way fatter, way heavy duty, and it will not go into this perch. I'm looking at getting a perch for it, but the OEM is the only one I could find. All the parts together with the screws, the back clamp, the perch mount, the adjusters and all that. It comes to about $70 altogether. So I was like, yeesh. So I'm going to run it with this. I'm just going to put the new cable on. So this video will just show if there's any issues that I run into or whatever. I'm going to make it easy on myself. I'm going to go ahead and take the side plastics tank and seat off so I can route it a little easier and see. I think you almost have to take the tank off because it routes along the frame and clips into a portion back there. So I'll take a look. Maybe I won't take the tank off. We'll see. But yeah, we'll go from there. Alrighty. So through the magic of time lapse, I was able to take these plastics off. They actually went off really quick. I've done it before. The tank. The hardest thing is just make sure you don't drip too much gas when you pull this off. I noticed I think I'm going to need a new gas line. It's a little seepy right there when I was loosening up the thing. So be back on to motorsport.com again. Back on. So I looked. The routing is real easy. There's nothing up here. I just slid it in. It goes to the other side of the bracket that holds the number plate on, and then just hangs down. And there it is. It's just hanging down. But I noticed it. This rubber tank mount, you have to take that out. So I don't know. I've never removed one of these, but it should be pretty easy to do. We'll see. And then, boom, there it is. I could clean that up too. It's dirty and dusty. Get under here. Yeah, I should have brought some cleaner with me. And then there's some electronic components you want to clean up. And there it is. Oh, it bends easy. But I would bend that as little as you need to. And it goes to the bottom side of the electronics. So I'm just going to do exactly everything because I really do believe this is stock. So we're going to go ahead and take this out of here like that. And then just pull it right through. There it is. And there it is. And then I'm ready to go. Let me get to the other side there and I'll loosen up where it connects on. Just a little pivot point there. And there it is. Oh, and it clips. Does it clip on? Oh yeah, comes right out. Boom, there it is. So just to be in the ballpark, I'm going to go ahead and put the new one. I'm going to have a lot of adjusting. Don't kid yourselves. I'm sure I will. But I'm going to go ahead and measure it off. Oh, it is different. Well, that cable's all the way through. So I put that about where that one is. Yeah, it's about, there it is. So I'll still have a lot of adjusting to do, but I mean, to get you in the ballpark, that's why I like buying the stock one. You could buy like a lot of aftermarket ones. They may be an inch or two longer, this or that. This should bolt right back on. And be for what? I know that goes in there like that. And don't be cray-cray. I think that's it, kids. You don't really need to remove the tank. I'm kind of glad I did. It was super simple. And I did notice that my fuel line has a little bit of a seep to it, I believe. And that can seriously affect your fuel intake too. Like you can really get a bog out of that. You'd be surprised, especially air. Air is a killer. If any of these rubbers on your carburetor leak even the littlest bit, game over, people. Game over. All right, let's push that down. Right against that. All right, I threw this little clip in real quick because I forgot to show the other side of the bike. People complain I'm not showing you what's going on. And I sold the bike. Yeah, I got $1,800 for it, so moved on. I got a Grom now. But I want to show you what's going on this side of it. Real easy. This is a little different. It's got this bracket, which the CRF80 does not. But it works the same way. These two lock in. And this just goes into a groove and locks into like a little, I don't know what you call that, like a pivot point. And that's the thing that moves the clutch lever that releases the pressure on the clutch. So basically when you put the clutch cable on, you're going to want to, have this fairly tight, snugged up. You can move this around a little bit to adjust what's going on up at the clutch. But that's what I showed you. I had just guesstimated those screws, clipped it on, clipped it where it goes, and tightened it down, and that did that. So yeah, I took the you don't have to, but I took the heat shield off the exhaust too. It gives you like another inch to play with your little fingers in there. If you got fat fingers like me, I think every inch counts. Ideally, you'd take the exhaust right off, but you know what? Taking off any fasteners that you don't have to, you might open up Pandora's box, It's about the stock configuration right now. I'm sure they'll be adjusting. So again, for any of you that haven't messed with one of these before, obviously, these adjusters, one's the lock, one's the actual adjust. There's slots in it. You line them up. You line all three of them up. The slot in the perch, the slot on the adjuster, and the slot on the tightener. And get all three of them together and slide it in. Yeah, I know.
Your kickstand, and it'll stay.
So the pivot pin that goes in is your main, it's taking all the pressure. I went with this. Please feel free to comment if I screwed up or you don't think this stuff's right. This stuff's really good. You call it a wax. I don't know what it is. It's oily. It's what they use on your chains. I use oil on most of my chains. But I have used this Maximo wax on chains. It's real good for chains too. It's great for the O-ring chains. Obviously, this bike has just a cheapo DID, regular chain. But yeah, I should give it a good bath. But yeah, there it is. It seems. Yeah, I got a little bit of adjustment. Oh, dude, way later. This used to be like a knuckle buster to do this. It's butter. But it
feels like a Yamaha now.
I got to look it up. It's like, I can't remember, 8 millimeters, less than a centimeter of movement. It's got a little more than that right now, but it's livable right now. And I didn't adjust a thing. I just guesstimated the screws and put it on. I do got to tighten them up, but I believe any amount of adjustment I can have here. Joe's better than me in this shit. I've never really dealt with them that much. But here's your adjuster. So we'll do some adjusting and see what the deal is. What do you think?
That's it?
Yeah.
And that's the new lever itself? This lever's new?
No, that's the all original. Well, it's not original. It's aftermarket. But this is the one.
Original with the purchase.
Original with the purchase of the bike. I did buy the new OEM, and the OEM has a much thicker part where it goes into the perch. That it's really thick, really nice, but it's long. This is considered a shorty, so I kind of like it. And some of the conditions, if you go down, I think you're less likely to break this, even though it'll break easier. All right, through the magic of time lapse, we'll put it back on. Oh yeah, don't forget this rubbery thing right here. Goes around all this stuff to keep it up away from the engine and everything, and it goes against this beam here. This kid. All right, I got to throw the tank back on, hook the fuel line back up, and throw the seat and side panels on, and this thing's ready to rock. All right, back. Super easy. If you've never taken the plastics or the seat off this thing, it's a super easy job. I didn't put you guys through that. Just an update on the job. I would give it, it's not even one beer. I still have beer in my first beer. It's not even a one beer job. It was super easy. I think you could do it without really, I took the heat shield off the exhaust. I took the seat, side plastics tank off. You could probably do it without it, but I would do it. It runs under the tank, and I really think you'd run into some yellow gorilla trying to serpentine it through there. It's not hard to take the tank off. You just got to be careful, be ginger on the line. Shut your pepcock off, obviously. You'll be fueling up the whole garage. And then, about a teaspoon of gas comes out. Just dump it out real quick into a beer bottle and tuck it up high where it won't spill. And it's no issue taking the tank off in 1 second. It's way buttery smooth now. I think the original cable had some problems with to begin with. Wow. Still a pretty firm clutch, but nothing than the way it was. It was like you would get arthritis by the end of the day the way it was. So, good to go. We're going to start her up and give a little run. Maybe we'll have a little pic of me riding by with it and see how she shifts and stuff. So, see how she goes. Boy, it feels nice.